Good morning, Carmel High School. I'm Juliana Mary, today on the Superintendent Show with Dr. Wall and JD Arland. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about the NCAA men's basketball tournament, the recent DECA state competition, and we're going to be playing Brain Game with Dr. Wall to see what he knows. But before we get started with that, JD, how's your bracket looking for this year?
You know, I would love to say that my bracket is doing well and I have all this sports experience to really guide me, and I've been an announcer over these years, so I know what I'm doing. But to be honest, Juliana, I have no idea what I'm doing. My bracket is totally busted after yesterday. Unfortunately, a couple of my Sweet 16 picks are down. But what's good is all three of the Indiana teams playing in the NCAA tournament are still in. And that is precisely what I wanted to talk to you, Dr. Wall, about, because I know you're a huge sports fan, huge March Madness follower. Tell me a little bit about your bracket.
It's fine. You've lost Sweet 16 already?
Just Minnesota,
Okay.
I should say.
Yeah, I did not have them moving on. I don't know why. Just a gut feeling. I watched them late in the Big Ten season. They're good, but I just did not have a good vibe about them in the tournament. Very happy for Matt Painter and Purdue. I think they've had really tough runs in March, so it's good to see them kind of get the jitters out, get that first win, and move on. They have a team with the bigs and the shooting, obviously with Ryan Klein, Carmel grad.
Yes, of course.
They have a shot. I'm serious, because they can go 11 deep. 10 or 11 deep. In a tournament like this, you need that. So very happy for the Boilermakers. I'm also happy being an IU alum as IU moves forward to another direction. Very excited about that. Just wanted to stick that in there for a minute.
I see. Get the shameless plug.
And just get that out there. And but the Dogs look good. Again, they have some wild cards there. They could move in the tournament. I could see them still standing on Monday in the Sweet 16, which is where I have them, and the Boilermakers. Notre Dame as well. So.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's going to be an exciting time, and it's always fun in March.
For sure. Three Indiana teams that really look promising. You talked about Purdue's victory over the Catamounts last night. At least when we were recording this, it was played last night in the round of 64. What do you think it was that led Purdue to that victory, other than their depth? I mean, we got the new transfer from Michigan, Spike Albrick, and then we obviously have bigs like Caleb Swanigan and Isaac Haas, but was it that, or was it something else?
I think it's about attitude and self-confidence, to be honest with you. And I think Spike brings them experience that go deep in the tournament, which I think is not a bad thing to have around. I mean, he's a contributor, but I think he contributes off the court as much as he does on the court. And I just think that Swanigan's year of double-doubles, which continue, which is great to see, and the confidence they have is significant. I think they've always had the talent. I think it's a mindset, and I think the Boilers looked good yesterday with that mindset.
A nail-biter across Indiana, however, for one of the other Indiana teams, Notre Dame versus Princeton. Obviously, Princeton usually pulling off the upset, or at least an Ivy League team pulling off the upset in the first round. Weren't able to get the job done, but let me just tell you, I was on the edge of my seat.
Oh, and Princeton, you know, first year of an Ivy League tournament,
right.
So they've taken that plunge like the Big Ten did years ago. So they come out victorious. They'd won 17 in a row, by the way. So I
did not know that.
I debated about them being a sleeper, but I didn't take the bait. So really good game, really good finish. Had a 3 to win at the end.
Very nice.
Didn't quite pull it off.
That's what characterizes March.
Well, and the ending of the Butler game was significant too. And I feel for that young man who thought that they were down one and committed to the foul, and then
or the Vanderbilt game?
Yes.
Vanderbilt and Northwestern, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Northwestern.
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Yes.
That was, excuse me, I'm commingling my teams.
No, we're all in the same region.
My bad. Yeah, the Wildcats with Chris Collins.
Right.
That was a nail biter.
Right at the end.
So I got to root my Big Ten teams on too.
Can we get the Dr. Wall Final Four prediction?
Well, I've got Duke winning it.
Really?
I do in my bracket.
Same here.
Do you?
Yes.
And
Did my research.
Now my bracket methodology is I go in, I just start with the teams and bring them into the middle. I don't do copious amounts of research. I do a lot of gut picks, and I'm not a Duke fan. I'm not a Duke fan, but they just came out to win my bracket, and you've got Duke as well.
Same, yeah.
Who do you have?
Who's in your Final Four?
I have Kansas, Duke.
It would be like Arizona.
Let's start with, what do you have? That'll help.
Wait, it's going to be Kansas, Arizona, Duke, and oh my gosh, another team.
Be UCLA probably, or
Yeah,
Kentucky,
UCLA.
or
That's
that's a tough region. No, that's a tough region to pick. My Final Four, my teams are UNC, I have Arizona, I have Louisville coming out
Really?
of the Midwest, and then I have Duke as well. Now, I don't like it. You said you're not a Duke fan. I am definitely not a Duke fan.
Really?
I don't like him at all. And I'll tell you for a few reasons. First of all, I'm a big Butler fan, and you know what they did to us. I am not a Grayson Allen fan.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
you can't say that they're not good. I mean, they know what they're doing. They obviously have Coach K, so they have tournament experience. I think that's why it's going to lead them into the Final Four. But my national championship is actually Arizona versus Louisville, with Louisville winning it. A 2
Wow.
seed. I know, a bold decision, but I think the Cardinals have spent so long watching from the outside that now they're ready to rip and roll. Now, of course, we're recording this here on Friday morning. I'm really hoping that they don't get upset in the evening. It could,
That's why it's
anything could
marked
happen.
one and done, man.
But that is my official prediction. Now, those haven't gone so well.
It's fun.
That's what it is.
And the city of Indianapolis will be very much alive and well all day today, starting from noon on or 11 on with games. This is a great time to be in central Indiana.
Absolutely.
A lot of hoops, a lot of activity, a lot of swimming going on at the natatorium. 3 of our girls are there, as you know, representing their respective colleges, doing well in the swimming in college. So very proud of them as well.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Wall, thank you so much for talking about
My pleasure.
the tournament with us.
And
And
now we're going to have on Amit Patel and Izzy Connell to talk about last week's DECA state competition. March 5th through the 7th, DECA students competed at SCDC, the state competition downtown. Izzy and Ami are joining me today, 2 of the competitors in the competition. So can you tell me what both of you did at SCDC and what your role is in DECA?
So my role in DECA, I'm the Chief Competitive Officer. So my role is actually to help all the other students prepare for SCDC with their projects. And also I was part of the PR team this year. So for my project, helped lead our public relations campaign for the year.
Awesome.
So my role in DECA was more of a manager in our cafe down by the business department, and then I was also a part of the PR team and the market and design team, so I did a lot of the graphic design work for a lot of our papers going to competition, and then helped with our PR project.
Awesome. And what did you do at SCDC? What was the result?
So we competed at SCDC with our project, and we actually ended up getting first place in our project, which was very exciting. And we also had a lot of other people from Carmel DECA actually place first and are able to move on to ICDC as well.
Yeah, we had a total of 125 students qualify for our international competition, so we are all going to be heading over to California later in April.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So what happens in Anaheim? How does that work, the next phase of this? Is it the same as the state level, or what's the competition like at the international?
So ICDC is an international competition, so we're going to have students from all over the world, including Canada, Puerto Rico, different countries, and all over from the United States as well, competing at this level, which is amazing. So there's going to be over 17,000 students all in the convention center competing for different events. So we're really excited to meet all these people.
Is the format the same, or is it a different format?
It's pretty much the same format, but there's a finals round that we didn't have to do at the state level. Some projects at the state competition have to do finals, but ours was kind of a smaller event, so we didn't have to. But at ICDC, it's everyone who's ever competed before, so it's a lot more high stakes and pressure.
Yeah.
So you're there 5 days. Do you compete every day? I mean, how does that work?
So we first start off with more of a free day on Wednesday, and then we have our prelim competition, and then we find out whether we made it to finals, and then if we did, we go on to the final rounds, hopefully place in the world. So actually Jessica Didi was one of the students that did our project last year, and she placed first in the world, so we have some pretty big shoes to fill. So yeah.
Well, good luck. We're very proud of you.
Thank
all
you.
3 of you.
Yes, and I understand that you have both been to ICDC before. So what have you taken away from that whole experience?
Well, my first year was actually in Disney World in Orlando, and I was a little sophomore, and I never had really participated in anything related to school up to that point. So just seeing 18,000 kids in one arena, all for this one school program, I was like shocked, and it was just such a cool experience. Just becoming involved in the school, then also like being in Disney World with all these new friends I had.
So my first year in DECA and going to ICDC was last year as a junior. So the ICDC competition was in Nashville, and so going there was actually really cool because I had just started getting involved with DECA. I was meeting all these new people. I was meeting people from different states and different parts of the world, and I just thought that that was the most valuable experience that anyone could even have as a high school student, because you meet people and you get to learn from all of the experiences that you had there. So
That's awesome. And specifically for this year, what exactly have you been doing for the PR team?
So our goal for the project this year, last year, Jessica Dede actually started this program where our students are able to partner up with business professionals in the area. And because of this, we offer mentorships, scholarships for the international competition. We also have them come in and lead workshops for our students. And so our goal for this year was to really incentivize that program and make it easier for the business partners to see, or business professionals in the area to see why it'd be valuable for them as well to partner up with our program. So just really focusing on making them more mutually beneficial was our goal for this year for PR.
yeah, so we, like as you said, we hosted a lot of these workshops to get our partners involved with our chapter, because we really wanted to emphasize having our partners be more involved instead of just being those financial sponsors, so that they could see how their involvement was really impacting the successes of our students.
Do you give them feedback on how you're doing, like won the state, now we're going to?
So some of the partners that I've talked to, I've made a point to tell them that we qualify for our international competition just to keep them in the loop, because for them it's really exciting to see how they've been involved with us.
Absolutely.
And how successful we've been throughout the year.
Exciting for the whole community.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, guys. Good luck
Thank
at
you.
Good luck.
Anaheim.
Thanks.
And next up, we have Brain Game. Next on the show, we're going to have our Brain Game competition, which has been going on at the high school for the past couple weeks. Students have been participating during SRT in the Brain Game competition. The rules are that I will read the question, and whoever slaps first gets to answer. If they get it right, they get a point, and if they get it wrong, it goes to the other person. You can slap in early, but if you get it wrong, I will reread the question to your opponent. Every question answered right gets 1 point. All right, are you guys ready to start?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. So which body of water separates the eastern coast of Italy from the Balkan Peninsula?
Mediterranean?
No.
I do not know.
The correct answer was the Adriatic Sea.
Okay.
Which artist is known as the king of rock and roll?
Elvis Presley?
Yes. Describe the equilibrium between parts of Earth's crust. Spell the word estasi. We're just going to skip that question.
Okay.
What similar fates befell South Korean President Park Geun and Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff?
Assassination?
No. Jackson?
Kidnapped?
No. The correct answer was impeachment.
Ah.
Which French painter painted a seated pope looking on it as the titular emperor crowns himself in front of his wife Josephine in the coronation of Napoleon? Other famous works include The Oath of Haradeh and The Death of Socrates.
Raphael?
No.
Michelangelo.
No. The correct answer was Jacques Louis David.
Never heard of
That was my next guess.
President Donald J. Trump has 5 children. Name 2 of them.
Barron and Ivanka.
Yes. Another point for Jackson. The first settlers of Carmel, Indiana belonged to which religious group? Also featured as an oat cereal company.
Quaker?
Yes. What movie featuring the actress who played Hermione Granger in all 8 Yes.
Harry Potter.
No. What movie featuring the actress who played Hermione Granger in all 8 Harry Potter movies as Belle is scheduled to be released in the United States today?
Beauty and the Beast?
Yes. What term denotes atoms or molecules which donate electrons to a central atom in a coordination complex? Common examples include cyanide ion and carbon monoxide. No guesses? The correct answer was ligand.
Had no
UNC,
idea.
UNC is in North Carolina, KU is in Kansas, and Villanova is in Pennsylvania. Which state is Gongza University?
Washington.
Yes.
I think
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Gonzaga?
Yeah.
Okay. Which all-father of Norse mythology rides the eight-legged steed Sleipnir and fathered Thor?
I don't know.
Can't do it.
No guesses. The correct answer was Odin. Name either the lower or upper range of the current federal funds rate. So the lower end was 0.5% or 0.75% was the higher range. Who were the last 3 governors of Indiana?
We had, including Eric Holcomb, Pence, and Governor Daniels.
Yes, that'd be correct. Who created and continues to produce Saturday Night Live?
NBC?
No, we're looking for a specific person.
Oh. I can't grab his name.
The correct answer was Lorraine Michaels.
Yes.
Okay.
I couldn't grab it.
Yeah.
What are the 3 levels of consciousness according to Freud's theory of psychoanalysis?
Freud, you're saying?
Freud, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to guess conscious, subconscious, and I can't grab the third one.
The correct answer was ID, ego, and superego.
Wow.
Might have to sit in on an AP Psych class for that one.
I think so. Got to brush up on Freud's
Yeah.
philosophy here.
Maybe I'll
Yes.
take that next year.
Yeah.
What are the 4 colors on the Indian flag?
Indiana flag?
The Indian flag.
Indian flag.
White, green, red, and yellow. I don't know.
Close. We've got white, green, orange, and blue.
Okay.
The building previously known as Conseco Fieldhouse is now called,
Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
yes, La Corbuca, Miles van der Rohe, and Walter Gropius are all pioneers of what architectural style?
Gothic architecture.
No? Do you have a guess?
I don't have a guess.
The correct answer was modern.
Okay.
And what is the largest prime number less than 100?
97?
Yep, that would be correct.
Very good.
Thank you.
And who is the author of the Lord of the Rings series?
Oh my gosh.
J.R.R.
Yeah.
Tolkien.
Yes, that'd be correct. And name one of the 2 state sports of Maryland.
Baseball?
Baseball, nope. Do you have a guess?
One of the state sports of Maryland?
Yes.
Basketball.
Nope. It was jousting or lacrosse. So that brings us to the end of our game today. And Sean, do we have a winner?
Jackson, 6-1.
And Jackson seems to have been the
winner.
winner.
No, I had 2.
All right, 6-2.
Thank
6
you.
to 2.
Jackson did great.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Jackson is a seasoned champ, though, of the CHTV team.
Ah, a
Thank you.
ringer. Congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being on the show, both of you today.
bet.
And
Thanks.
good job in the game.
You bet.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.